End of another week, folks. End of another month. Month 2 of 2020 done already. Where does the time go? I don't know if anybody else feels the same. It just seems to me like week after week just seems to pass you by. And I guess that's one of the things about running a small business. Things seem to happen so quickly, and you're just kind of running from one thing to the next at times. I mean, I certainly had an interesting week. Here, the whole team were working, and I've posted about this during the week. We were all working on a data conversion cleanup mess, shall we say, which was challenging. And it was one of those things that as soon as I realised that it had happened after the conversion was completed, using software to move someone from says to zero, and I identified that there was a glitch in the software that had moved the data across. I knew there and then, given the timeline we had for the client, that there was only one solution, and the solution was roll up the sleeves and get stuck in. Maybe did a little bit of cursing at the outset, just to kind of get it off my chest. But it was time to just get everybody involved. So thankfully, the whole team here pulled together. Donna in particular, Donna had one customer account to reconcile, and it took almost 2 days to clear it all down. Everyone else kind of shared out a lot of the work across the team, but I mean, everybody put in a massive effort. I did the nice fancy bit at the end, sort of checking that everything was okay and making sure the client was happy enough at the finish up. But I have to say, it was a challenge, and it does set us back a certain amount as well in relation to other work we needed to get done, or we're trying to get done. But look, that's the way it works out at times. You just have to take the rough with the smooth. But what I wanted to comment on was, how do you deal with situations like that in terms of everything else kind of being pushed back a little bit? And there's a number of things, a number of tips that I have on that. Number one, if there's anything in particular that still needs to be done that's absolutely critical for a client, you still have to get it done. So a little bit of extra effort sometimes it's just what you've got to do. You've got to deliver services on time, and you've got to do things when you said you would do them. So like, we haven't missed any deadlines, and we never would. So we would always make sure that those things are absolute paramount. Secondly, anything else, it's a matter of communication. So if somebody maybe was expecting something this week, it's a matter of going back to them to let them know exactly where things are, and if there's any new timing on it, tell them as soon as you possibly can. And the third thing is how to deal with it from a management point of view. So a lot of people will talk to me about, do you have any particular software for your workflow management? And I spoke about this yesterday when I did my talk at Chartered Accountants Ireland Technology Conference. And I talked about different practice management tools that are out there, the likes of Accountancy Manager and Centat and Carbon and Onco and whatever else might be there. I haven't gone down the road of the whole single solution software for our practice, because a lot of that software is built with specific systems in mind, and they don't always suit every single accountancy firm that's out there, and sometimes the cost can be an issue. But when it comes to workflow, folks, keep it simple. Make it really straightforward. I have something very simple on a Google Sheet, which we share across the team. It looks at the work that has to be done each month. So every single deadline's in there, and we schedule to do everything that needs to be done when it needs to be done, and we add on to that what we really want to get done for clients as well, in terms of year ends for December, getting finished by the end of January or February, whatever the timeline is. And I review that at the end of every week or on a Sunday, and look at what didn't get finished and move it on to the next week, and maybe move a few things on for that week that we'd planned into the following week. So I do have a monthly routine where I sit down and look at 3 months ahead, plan out the various works in terms of year ends and so on. We have a system called Toodle-Do, which deals with all the compliance deadlines anyway, and that's really cheap and cheerful and easy to use. I just think simple is often the best solution for all this. I think that when we're looking at workflow management and deadline management and so on, there's some amazing tools out there, but the simpler can be the better, and make it work for you and make it work for the way that you work, as opposed to redesigning how you are as a person and as a business to fit in with these systems. So I thought I would just share those 3 tips based on what we've had this week. Next week's going to be a good week as well. It's very exciting because I am off to the awards for the Zero Awards in Electric Brixton in London on Tuesday. Fingers crossed, we're in the 100% zero category, hoping to come home with the award. So please wish us luck, and let's hope we can bring it home here to Northern Ireland.